Environment.
Environment.
All right, politician going to war for no reason, corporate heads deciding to wreck the environment.
Environment, Earth.
Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, but you humans do not.
Forestry, environment, agriculture, botany.
We put poison in the environment and then can't figure out why it rebels against us with things like global warming.
环境
Environmental.
Environmental.
Girls, grades, parents, 2 wars, impending environmental catastrophe, a messed up economy.
I have that environmental study you've been looking for.
It's an environmental organization.
Yeah, whatever. We got Heidi, a couple of those fucking sluts from the environmental group.
You're facing federal prosecution for at least a half a dozen environmental violations.
周围的
Envisage.
Envisage.
Try to envisage Grey opening your dress, kissing your back.
Could never envisage their own death.
I haven't, if I could envisage a plan or some kind of starting point, I suppose.
It's just difficult to envisage a stronger contender.
So, putting it into context, I don't envisage the breaking of bones to get it $1,000.
面对
Envy.
Envy.
Because I envy your normal life.
Hell, I envy you.
I do envy you. It's about me and you and your envy.
Now, if I'm being totally honest, which is the point of this film, just hearing his name fills me with envy.
羡慕
Epidemic.
Epidemic.
Bellies and constipation have reached epidemic numbers over the past few hours, with little indication of slowing down.
Ellen, this is an epidemic.
Quite a serious epidemic has broken out at clinics.
Doctors said it was pneumonia because it happened some months later during a flu epidemic.
There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins.
传染病流行的
Episode.
Episode.
But first, here's a sneak peek at next week's episode.
Come on, let's see the next episode.
I hate to interrupt this little episode of The Waltons, but can I get a room?
Watch for the next episode.
Well, Tuesday, it's a new episode of UFC Roundup.
插曲
Episodic.
Episodic.
He said it was a little episodic, which only means he read it in several sittings.
So, you've been doing guest shots on episodic TV shows the last couple of years.
Yeah. There are a number of days that pass, but also it's very episodic in that you're cutting in and out of time into different scenes, and there's no real explanation for how much time is passing.
While she'll retain a great deal of her semantic memory, her name, her family, episodic recall is far less reliable.
Would you ever be interested in any episodic work?
插曲式的
Epitomize.
Epitomize.
对做摘要
Equal.
Equal.
Claiming he wanted me to be her equal.
Bologna will accept nothing less than equal representation.
Good to know you're an equal opportunity douchebag.
Put an equal amount in each muffin.
When two explosions of equal mass occur simultaneously, the barrier between Tromaville and its dimensional doppelganger.
对手相等的等于
Equality.
Equality.
As you know, I've steadfastly maintained an uncompromising position about women's rights and the equality of sexes.
Demanding equality.
I can cure your husband, but for my method to work, I need trust and total equality. Here in the safety of my consultation room.
This amendment's not to do with race equality.
You've led the battle for race equality for 30 years.
平等
Equally.
Equally.
Anyway, this company makes a whole line of colors with equally snappy names.
Equally so?
My entire estate is to be divided equally among whoever are my 4 closest friends when I die.
The individuals who are equally interested in you will now have your number and you theirs.
You know, the only way someone would see it was if they went to an equally nasty video store, paid actual money, watched it in a VCR, returned and never gave it another thought.
相等的
Equate.
Equate.
Doesn't equate Nixon with the Black Panther.
I fail to see how you can
equate one with the other, Mrs. Talbot, but maybe you can in court.
Maybe you can equate sex with a handshake.
That should equate to a corresponding improvement in athletic performance.
What I'm saying is, don't equate your worth to some archaic idea of what the best means.
使相等，等同。
Equation.
Equation.
But the equation is completely different.
Out of the equation,
I have an equation.
Oh.
I want you to take your ego out of the equation and to judge the situation dispassionately.
Where do I fit into this new house equation?
相等。
Equator.
Equator.
As well as another prominent organ south of the equator.
Crossing the equator, there's a lighter side, as novices are introduced to the traditional realm of King Neptune.
Perhaps as early as July, land on that fixed spot on the moon's equator.
Temperatures drop far below zero, even at its equator.
We'll sail around German-controlled Africa to Fernando Po, which is just north of the equator, just off the West African coast.
赤道。
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
I've been studying your equilibrium. The one you wrote here at Princeton, to come up with something totally original the way you did.
Just until you recover your equilibrium.
See, if I could derive an equilibrium.
Visually, there exists a graceful equilibrium between the shape's length and width.
平衡。
Equip.
Equip.
Equip me, sir.
There we go.
However, when you've passed your examination, that should equip you for a start in one of the professions.
Nobody can equip an NPC's skin on their avatar.
You equip him.
You equip yourself.
装备。
Equipment.
Equipment.
The boys' equipment?
The A-team gets all of the new equipment, so the practice team gets stuck with the cast-offs.
Yes, boys' equipment.
You could get so much equipment in here.
You do know they page me when that much surgical equipment is signed out.
装备。
Equity.
Equity.
I am sick of waking up at 5 to get in line outside the Equity building and wait all day.
I know that the equity of aristocratic blood is not appreciated by most communists.
I offered him half your client list, a dividend stream from your equity share, a no poaching commitment.
Ian's bail money is burning a hole in my pocket, so I'm going to spend my equity on buying another property.
It's our responsibility as members to raise equity for the productions we put on.
公平。
Equivalent.
Equivalent.
Each one of these drinks every day the equivalent of 5 men.
Or payload. A stellar bomb with a mass equivalent to Manhattan Island.
Precious metals are bankable equivalent.
They're the equivalent.
This is the shopping equivalent of lobotomy.
同等物，相等的。
Era.
Era.
And one of the reasons we end up dating was because she was my friend during the Marie era.
I believe our new friends are going to help us usher in a new era, Bill.
It's a new era for women, okay?
It's got to herald the dawn of a new era, or something like that.
This is really more your generation's game, whereas I came of age in the Parcheesi era.
时代。
Erase.
Erase.
It does not erase you, Julia.
I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but you've managed to erase them all. Because each and every one of them has led me to you.
So, he had to erase the crime, at least in his own mind.
So, if you ever reveal our existence, we'll erase your brain.
Yes, I am thinking I will hide it somewhere where Alex cannot erase it.
抹去。
Erect.
Erect.
And of course, to cause the band's penis to erect and ha.
Brand Poppy Ralph had said it made his nipples erect.
This town had decided to erect an office building. He called this building the Merton Flimmer Building, after himself and someone else who local legend has it was named Flimmer.
Today became erect quicker than on other days.
Without me, you'll be waiting 5 to 10 years before you've got permission to erect your arena.
直立的，使竖立，勃起。
Erode.
Erode.
He wants to erode the old values.
Look, Hawkeye, the artery could erode.
The Queen will erode her with lifetime banishment, I'm sure of it.
You ever feel as if your mind had started to erode?
腐蚀，受腐蚀。
Erosion.
Erosion.
I'm preparing a report on soil erosion at the moment.
Shows how erosion along the bluff.
The bone erosion was much greater than initially anticipated.
The most dangerous erosion is not to land,
which constantly threaten the natural erosion of the family unit, will no longer have the biological support of the organism.
腐蚀
Errand.
Errand.
I'm sending you on a night's errand.
Errand number 1. Deliver Marge's perfume.
I gotta run a quick errand first.
I was there on God's errand.
So very small town errand boy, howlingly parochial.
任务
Erroneous.
Erroneous.
Erroneous on both counts.
Mr. Flynn is twisting this evidence to draw conclusions that are specious and,
Erroneous?
So good old Dusty starts to think that an erroneous execution is a lot more politically useful than a last-minute save.
Someone who writes about reneging on pledges and erroneous charges.
Yeah, the erroneous notion that a different time period is better than the one one's living in. You know, it's
错误的
Error.
Error.
Due to a technical error by my henchman Mustafa.
I used to be able to cuss and whip a horse like this, but your ma, rest her soul, showed me the error of my ways.
The same gentleman that told me that you tried to get your broker's license also told me that you were a straight arrow.
There is no room for error.
You are looking for human error.
错误
Erupt.
Erupt.
The other nations are really working out which side to take should hostilities erupt.
And what makes it worse is it feels it's all about to erupt.
Belfast will erupt.
Or maybe it didn't erupt because Mr. Spock detonated a cold fusion device inside it right after a civilization that's barely invented the wheel.
The whole situation could, suddenly erupt.
爆发喷出
Eruption.
Eruption.
In 79 AD, the Italian city of Pompeii was destroyed by the sudden and devastating eruption of Mount Vesuvius.
It would have to be from the Millennium Eruption.
Quite a recent eruption, really.
The Millennium Eruption. Well, now there's been an eruption!
爆发
Escalate.
Escalate.
Panic buying of gas, water, and food continues to escalate.
The last thing we want to do is escalate the situation.
We are not going to escalate a whole war just so we can book a big-name comedian.
We don't want to escalate things.
逐步扩大使逐步上升
Escalator.
Escalator.
First escalator on the right.
That could have been easily avoided had some parent, I don't care which one, but some parent conditioned him to fear and respect that escalator. That kid is back on the escalator again. That kid is sitting on the escalator again.
You hit the south escalator of the metro.
电动扶梯
Escape.
Escape.
Madcap Moss helping Corbin to escape.
Mr. Robbins is determined to escape.
The apartment upstairs could be an extra bonus for an escape room operator, and I know of one who's been looking.
Put Charlotte Flair away, and Charlotte able to escape.
Why is it so hard to escape from them?
逃亡逃脱逃避
Especially.
Especially.
Because they're always threatened, especially if you're beautiful, and they're not. Especially Roxanne. I don't mean to be a pain in PG&E's backside, especially after all they've done for Hinckley, but
I worship these two guys, Tony Soprano especially.
You know, when you pay people an hourly rate, they tend to take their time, especially when you treat them like shit.
尤其
Essay.
Essay.
For physics, Monsonoff is having me write this essay.
The only reason they let me come was because of my essay.
Well then, Leslie, you don't have to write this essay.
Rote memorizing, and not so much essay reading.
Your little essay edition.
随笔视图
Essence.
Essence.
Essence of slug.
Last year, Willow, Giles, and me combined our essence with Buffy, which isn't as weird as it sounds.
Loss of essence.
Mr. Charles Foster Kane, in every essence of his social beliefs and by the dangerous manner in which he has persistently attacked.
When you get your kill, time is of the essence.
实质
Essential.
Essential.
I think it must be that men need to feel essential and they don't anymore.
He's not essential to my plan.
The Nukamama Corporation built a new lab for Professor Holt, where she began cloning experiments based on the essential elements of earth, air, fire, and water.
Trust is essential, and that trust is...
You know what else is essential when you're listening to music?
要素，必要的。
Essentially.
Essentially.
The boy was entrusted to you, and as his legal guardian, essentially his mother, you not only allowed him to endanger himself, but you actually encouraged it.
Equipped with the right pathogen, our troops would be essentially invisible to the enemy.
I think essentially that's the most likely outcome.
It's essentially a digital safety deposit box.
Which is essentially a continuous series of tiny strokes.
本质上，
Establish.
Establish.
Now, what we would like to establish...
Establish a strict schedule for eating, keeping watch, and getting rest.
Establish dominance as the champion in round one.
Establish trust.
That's why I gotta establish a good relationship with the clientele.
建立移植生长。
Establishment.
Establishment.
Inadequate, by which I mean consenting man, might sweep you off your feet and into the single-occupancy, gender-neutral restroom of your preferred brunch establishment.
I was raised in a very similar establishment myself.
I'm a great admirer of your establishment.
Seems like this establishment is the wrong kind of disreputable.
The El Royale is a bi-state establishment.
公寓，
Estate.
Estate.
A guy's so sweet, the word sweet is next to his name on actual real estate, and I completely destroy any chance I had with him.
And then I just appear from nowhere, like a real estate agent at my own open home.
Some real estate developer guy bought the land where our old field was to build new apartments or something. The real estate agent sent out like a tiny flyer about you to the whole neighborhood.
The vigneron makes the wine and the estate owner maintains the property.
不动产，
Esteem.
Esteem.
A man who stood in high esteem with our own beloved Gokhale.
And that's why it's such an honor for a woman like this Wonder Lady to be held in the same esteem.
Do you hold him in esteem, Truman?
Miss Lind deserves our nation's highest esteem.
So if you could just tone it down for my sake, my self-esteem.
尊敬，
Estimate.
Estimate.
A comet between 5 to 10 kilometers across that we estimate came from the...
Can you estimate how many he has? Is that an accurate estimate?
We estimate. We can sell.
Yeah, they upgraded their estimate.
估计，
Estrange.
Estrange.
Strange, I've got some work to do to catch him on the downhill slope.
I don't know about Estrange, but...
Lovers whose love time will estrange. These are the things I cannot change.
Yes, this is Lisa Lestrange.
You still happy here at Estrange?
史疏远，
Estuary.
Estuary.
Your dinghy has been recovered adrift in the estuary.
I found the most beautiful clams down by the estuary.
It opens up this big estuary. It's the biggest estuary in America.
The plan is we're gonna get a sampan, take it up the Yangtze estuary.
河口，
Eternal.
Eternal.
Among decent people, relations are eternal.
But thy eternal summer shall not fade.
Eternal flame and movies.
Eternal life is part of the one.
I'm looking at it in the light of God's eternal truth.
永恒的，
Ethereal.
Ethereal.
Alton lights the scene so Gene Wallace radiates an ethereal glow, while the hoods are all shadowy menace.
Oh, the ethereal planes were chaotic with battle, angel against angel.
Once we are done here, I will return to my ethereal form.
Rather diffident and ethereal.
Thanks to you, I've shed my mortal shell and taken my true ethereal form.
轻的，
Ethic.
Ethic.
A work ethic.
Giving me examples of hard work ethic and telling me when you get knocked down, you get back up again.
No, but I mean, the things you're talking about, like work ethic or whatever, I feel like I do work pretty hard.
People gotta respect a solid work ethic.
So, you, with that impressive resume and the big speech about your so-called work ethic.
道德规范
ethical,
Ethical.
But no matter how you come to judge Charles Wheeler and his partners in ethical,
do you suppose it's ethical even if you prove that he didn't commit a crime? I wonder if it's ethical to watch a man with binoculars and a long focus lens.
The Four Noble Truths or some inviolable set of ethical principles is that pretty much anything else you worship will eat you alive.
You must be reminded of your ethical responsibility.
伦理的
ethnic,
Ethnic.
An individual of your particular ethnic persuasion.
Ethnic is the word she used, and she told me that he said that he would like it if I wore something a little less garish, a little smaller, and more.
I'm your only ethnic friend.
No matter what their ethnic background is, I welcome open arms in this country.
Yes, were the ethnic festivities to your liking today?
人种的
evacuate,
Evacuate.
All personnel must evacuate immediately.
And I tell you that we must evacuate this planet immediately.
Evacuate the city.
Sir, there is nowhere to evacuate you to.
We may have to evacuate.
疏散